Welcome. 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 All right. Let me give some more people some time to get in. All right. Peace and blessings. Welcome. We're going to be talking about some red flags here, y'all. Some red flags. Talking about these red flags. So, I was guided by spirit to come on and talk about these red flags because it needs to be known. It needs to be known to man that these red flags exist, and they exist because it's an easy way to get the human mind to deceive itself. All right. So y'all come on in. Let's talk about these red flags real quick. Peace and blessings. Welcome. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. All right. If you feel the need to support my channel, go ahead, check the description for more information on either personal readings or counseling and so on and so forth. Just check the description. So with these red flags, right? All right. I've told you one of the biggest red flags is deception. Okay. It's the illusion to deceive others. All right. Um, People are having a hard time breaking out of the biggest spell cast on them. And and like I said, it was from childhood. All right. So, people that really like when you're lost and you're confused and you don't know who you are, you tend to send out frequencies that people can feel. All right. People can feel you when you're upset, when you're angry. Like sometimes you don't have to say anything to sense what's going on with somebody. This is why you attract negative and positive vibes. Okay. So you got to pay attention to people who um, talk too much when it comes to, and not talk too less or talk too much, because what they're trying to do is, especially with somebody who talks too much, they're trying to get that, they're trying to program you. Because if you're a 3D person and you just think about if you and you're programmed by like the 3D belief systems and all that stuff, you're easy to be manipulated. Like some people don't even realize like when you're in school, your honor roll student is your weakest student. Some people think that the person on the honor roll is your strongest student, which is not. That is the strongest student in the matrix, but the weakest in spirituality, because of the simple fact that they can be easily programmed. They suck this program up like it's juice. Okay, it's easy for an honor roll student to learn something so fast in the matrix because they believe in the matrix. A lot of people think that the person who does not participate in the matrix is a toxic person, which they are not. They're actually the opposite. They are actually the genius because they're the ones who broke the matrix right in half and set themselves free. So that's a big red flag. And yes, your school systems is a big red flag. So, based off of how you lived your life in school is based off of how you live your life in the matrix. A lot of people was told that they're a student, oh, you're good because you remember this history, but your consciousness will tell you you've been here, done that. You don't need to keep learning the same shit over and over and over, and you get bored of it, and your consciousness don't give you any power from it because there's no power to come from it, so you be drained. If you're a spiritual person and you're like a 5D person on dealing with a 3D matrix reality, you're bored of this shit. Like you're bored of the same old shit. Like when you're dealing with infinite consciousness, when you're dealing with infinite levels, okay? It's infinite. It's eternal. It's never ending. But when you're dealing with the 3D matrix, it's till death do you part. Oh, it's till you guys die. It's all this negative shit that puts you guys in fear. Okay, and this is what puts you in a 3D matrix. Is limitless, is limited. Okay, you're limited your opportunities because you believe that you're limited opportunities. When you believe that you're limited opportunities, and that's a red flag, is people that's trying to keep you from manifesting eternal knowledge and eternal abundance. Is people that give you red flags by telling you that you can't do shit. Like as far as like the matrix, they tell you you can't do shit. Like me, I would say that, twin flames can't be LGBT. You know what I'm saying? Or the alphabet letter. They can't because it goes against existence. Anything that goes against existence and eternal existence is toxic, and it does not have, it does not have relevance. What make it relevant is a 3D person who believes in their 3D illusion. Like I try to help people understand this. Some of y'all may have friends and family, and some of y'all may be on low key, or some of y'all may be in general. But at the end of the day, you have to your mind's perspective is has been shifted to the program. Okay, and you have to come up out of that. It's a big red flag. Like it's a big red flag because if you put you two, just like you got to look at the reality of it. If you put two of you on the island, okay, and leave y'all to yourself to be in love is what you call it, you will die, and that will be it. There is no procreation. There's no none of that. There's none of that. There's no life given from it. There's no abundance given from it. All you doing is satisfying desires and physical illusion. Okay? That is not what we're living in. That's a big red flag. Anything that tells you to love someone, somebody's body is is a deception. Okay, it's deception to self. That was one of the number one programs given to man, is um the illusion of Adam and Eve coming together in the garden, and so on and so forth. You have to understand where you come from. Okay, you are infinite, you are eternal. Okay, not eternal physical flesh. Hi. You are infinite souls inhabiting your physical form, having a human experience. Your human experience, you're here as a program to build correctly. Okay? You're here to build correctly. Go sit over there, baby. Okay? Go sit over there. So those are some of the red flags. All right. So where is it all stemming from? It's all stemming from a lie. Okay, it's all stemming from a lie that was told to you, a lie that was told to them. So we bicker and we argue and we debate and we fight and we hurt and we kill for silly shit. For silly shit. You see what I'm saying? So stay far away from 3D people as you can. 3D thinkers, excuse me, 3D thinkers, because you are in the matrix, you're still here, but it's the mindset. All right. There's a lot of us running to these energy vampires, okay? What they would call soul suckers, these energy vampires and shit. But because you're an empath, you're like a sleeping empath or sleeping god or something like that, where you don't know your worth. You see what I'm saying? Because you were set into the program in a way that you prefer the program more than you prefer being the empath that you are. See, at the end of the day, okay, the lie comes to an end. Okay. And like I said, knowledge is infinite, gives you infinite power. You want to be someone of good consciousness, of immortal consciousness, you have to be of that. You have to know when you go to sleep, you're not promised to wake up, but you wouldn't care because you're a conscious person. You see what I'm saying? That you know that you are a multidimensional being where you travel from this dimension to the next. But some people are told that this is it, that this is it. And you fear it, so you're rushing into relationships, you're speeding things up when you really should just slow things down. Okay, you're being programmed by tell your vision. You see what I'm saying? And it's telling you what the weather's like and what's to come, when all you really have to do is look in the sky and see it's about to rain and move. People that's outside, okay, people that's outside can just look into the sky and say, oh, it's about to rain, let me go. Oh, it's gonna be a sunny day, let me go. You can do this shit on your own. Okay, you can use your vision outside on your own. All right. So you gotta pay attention to all these. Like, listen, your whole existence has like you've been taught to ignore these red flags. You've been taught to ignore toxic relationships. But let me tell you something. A relationship is only toxic because you allow it. You played into it. It takes two to tango. Like women having children with another counterpart. You see what I'm saying? You made that choice. You see what I'm saying? You have to take full responsibility for your actions. You sat on that dick or you fucked that pussy, and this is what happens. You see that? Peace to everybody that just jumped on. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. But anyway, so it's like we all have to take accountability for our own actions. That is a red flag. Somebody who does not take responsibility for their own actions. You see what I'm saying? And somebody said, "What is red flags?" It's just that's the 11:11 piece of the gods. A red flag is something that should not be done. It's like a burden that should not be crossed. You see what I'm saying? If you told somebody not to cheat on you and they cheated on you anyway, that is a red flag. If you told somebody don't wear your clothes and they wear your clothes anyway, that's a red flag. If you tell somebody not to do something and they do it anyway, that is a red flag. And y'all have to stop ignoring the small things so they won't lead to bigger things. Because people that like to manipulate and people that like to try to get you to turn against you, okay, um, is a red flag. Like, you got to watch out for that. That people out there all every day, all day, because they stuck in the matrix. They stuck in the program of delusion. Okay, so you got to pay attention to all those type of red flags. Like if you're a peaceful person, you don't want to be around somebody who's loud and obnoxious. You see what I'm saying? You don't be around that. So you got to take yourself out the environment that you are, that you're in. Like, if you're into, like, a lot of y'all want, like, a red flag is neediness. Okay, a lot of y'all need attention. A lot of y'all need validation. When that's not a necessary action, that is an action created by 3D. You don't need shit from nobody. You don't need nothing. You need you. Everybody is programmed. This is why it's so hard for people to wake up, because you've been so mind fucked to the point where you don't love yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, if anything tells you to love a guy, love a girl more than you should love yourself, then that's a problem. You got to love yourself first, and people that don't respect you loving you don't need to be around you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to go into the world being a cocky asshole. I'm just saying, like, love yourself enough to use your best judgment when it comes to manipulators, man. They everywhere. They everywhere. So as I explained to somebody, I said, empaths, we attract these low level beings more than we attract high level beings, because a high level beings don't seek, you know, a higher level being don't need to seek validation. They don't need to seek help and assistance. See, you as an empathic person, you will attract the negative people, because of the simple fact that you're a higher level and they want help. Okay, it's like rehab. Okay, if you're a counselor and you're the program, people who want to be set free will come to you to be set free. But see, a lot of us fall in love with these broken people. We fall in love with toxic people and we become toxic ourselves. We forget our way. And then we end up self validating ourselves at the end of the day. And then we grow and become the super empaths that we are, when we become teachers and we're actually pushed. Because these two, like, most of these people will trigger and remind you of yourself, because you will see how far you've come. Like a damaged, hurt person, and you work hard to heal and avoid toxic people, you will see how far you come, and you won't stick to that person because you know where they're coming from. You see what I'm saying? So you have grown. You went from being a student to the teacher. You see what I'm saying? Um, so some of these students remind you that you are a teacher. Like if a teacher decides that they no longer want to be a teacher and they run into a student on the street and say, "Hey, you still teaching?" He was like, "No, I'm not a teacher." But they say, "Hey, you was a great teacher. You remember da 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 this da 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 da," and they remind you of who you are. But some of y'all like blame shift your problems onto this other individual when you're really supposed to be helping them. Okay, you lose your way because you're not strong enough. So we have to be strong enough. That's a red flag right there. Is when you get low on your energy, you blame shift everybody else. So when somebody's low on energy, they blame shift the person that did it or the people that have done it to them instead of actually going within themselves. So people that don't go within themselves are toxic people, okay? Because nobody is at fault for why you're in pain, okay? You had a part in it. You must take responsibility, all right? You must take responsibility for falling for a broken soul, a broken being who need help because we always just gotta help them and then stick to them, right? It's your nature to help. It's your nature to help, but it's not your nature to sit there and help them for the rest of their lives. You're not their braces to fix them. You're not their stepping stool to step on every time they're low in vibration. You give them the heads up, what they need to do, how to get their shit together, and then you keep it pushing. When you see they're not changing, when you see they're not elevating and they're actually falling faster than they getting up, then you have to go on with your life. A lot of us marry these people, we have children with these people, we get tied to these people, and we are around all kinds of shit, and we miss out on our shit. We get off our path. Okay, you're an empath. You're not somebody who's you're not a double frequency. You're not a low vibrational frequency, because misery loves company. So if they can't keep up with you, they're gonna pull you down. You see what I'm saying? To their level, by breaking your pride, by breaking your strength. You see what I'm saying? And that's a red flag. People who try to pull you down instead of lifting you up. Like when they're trying to pull you down, when when they're not moving up, when you're meeting them on their level so that they can understand. No, you stay on your level and they have to learn how to get there. You see what I'm saying? People that pull you down will keep doing the same shit over and over. Like that's a low vibrational frequency repeating the same shit over and over and over and over and over, and you're over there like, stop spinning, stop spinning, stop spinning, move forward now. Stop going in circles, move forward. Go straight now, go straight. And they don't want to do that, then you let them go and you go on with your life. Okay? That goes for whatever relationship you're in. It don't matter if it's a divine connection or a karmic connection. If these people do not grow, keep it moving forward. Okay, not saying keep it moving forward, jumping into another relationship. Like I said, stop falling in love with people you're supposed to help. Everybody that comes into your life is not going to be somebody, it's only the one, and everybody ain't the one. So, in the meantime, in between time, you work on you. You see what I'm saying? And if people come into your life, you either give or receive the message, and if it's not meeting not your physical expectations, but your internal expectation, which is your soul. If they're not matching your soul, which means that's eye to eye connection, then you have to keep it moving. Stop fucking them. Stop having children by them. Y'all doing too much. You're doing too much. Stop trying to marry them. Stop seeking them, because what is for you, it's on the way already. But because you jump into all these toxic ass relationships, okay, this is where responsibility come in, and you're not taking. A lot of twin flames don't take full responsibility for their actions, and you have to take responsibility for your part in it too. Okay, and you have to admit to yourself that that you were wrong and you should have never tried to intervene in people's relationship. You should have never tried anything that that a toxic person would do. And trust me, I've heard a lot of stories, from others, okay, that got them in a lot of trouble. Okay, a lot of karmics are believing that they're twin flames because they compared the journey, okay, the journey to a regular situation that's toxic. when that's not the case. It's only toxic to a person who's still 3D. Okay, the twin flame journey is not a 3D thing. It is a 5D thing. It is a 5D connection, and people can't handle that. Okay, so just pay attention to these red flags. People that don't want to grow, people that doesn't take full responsibility for their actions. Just pay attention because they will call them narcissists. They will call them narcissists, but everybody has narcissistic traits in some way, shape, or form. But just people out here needing guidance. If people need guidance, if people need help and they need validation, like just give them a taste of what the Most High feels like. You know what I'm saying? As far as in like giving them a little bit of your energy and let them know, because sometimes they need, like these lost souls, they need reminders. Okay, they need reminders that there is something other than, and the grass is greener on the Most High side. Okay, because the illusion that was painted for these people was that the grass was greener on the other side, so they took a deal that they could not handle. Some people are trying to get their souls back, and you can't get your soul back. A lot of y'all empaths got your soul back when y'all fell down. You know what I'm saying? When y'all fell down into their illusion, and you're stressed and you're upset and you're angry and you're stuck in the 3D. A lot of y'all had gained the power to break free from that illusion, and now you're peaceful. Now you don't care. Now you back working on you and back loving you, and when you're helping others, now you're more conscious and cautious to what and who you let into your life, because you know what it's like. So empaths know what it's like. This is why you become a empath or a super empath, uh, because you know what hell looks like. And you did not like what hell looks like, a repeated cycle of trauma, a repeated cycle of toxicity, a repeated cycle of pain, a repeated cycle of worry, a repeated cycle of doubts. That's hell. That's hell. And when there's a repeated cycle and you're not growing, and people around you are not growing, you get away from them. And this is how you know you've grown, because you get away from them. Misery loves company. So misery would, like, if they're constantly talking about the same shit, and you're over it now, like you used to talk about the same shit too. Oh, how a toxic situation hurts you, da 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 da. But you've learned by saying it so many times, you begin to realize, like, wait a minute, all I got to do is get on with my life. You grow. Okay. So pay attention to people that are still constantly repeating the same shit. They can't help. A toxic person, a person with hella red flags, can't help but to keep repeating the same shit, because that's what hell is. A repeated cycle, a repeated constant cycle of hell, and on earth. It's a constant pain, constant suffering, constant worry. Somebody who's stuck in that cycle, and once you came and shed light to them, they wanted to be free like you. See, empath is a full empath. A super empath is somebody who knows that they're infinite, and their knowledge is strength and knowledge is power, and then they can move forward, and they don't care about the bullshit that these people who are stuck in a cycle do. They don't care about delusion of they don't care about tell your vision. They don't care about none of that silly shit. They don't care about conspiracy theorists or not. They only give a fuck about their consciousness, their elevation, and keep it pushing, because no one's really wrong and no one's really right. Because at the end of the day, it's like everybody is going to be on different levels. Okay, different levels in life. If they're not on your level, keep it pushing. Not physically, oh, this person here got a bad body, so they perfect for me, but they fucking soul and they fucking minds are just detached. No, that's not love. Love is unconditional. Love is mind, body, and soul. Those three combined, or a multi-dimensional connection. Okay, that's out of this world and in it. You see what I'm saying? Like, people can't handle the unconditional love aspect, so they teach you to be 3D only. They teach you till death do you part. They teach you that stupid shit. And then you go out there and you get yourself in all kinds of situations that you can't get yourself out of, because you fucked up, because you lack the knowledge. You lack the knowledge, but which lack the strength, and which lack the power to get yourself free. You've been in relationships for 15 years. You've been in a relationship, because see, with the twin flames, you can't blame that shit on no twin flame, because you're not in a physical relationship with this person. You're in a spiritual connection with this person, but you're in a physical no. Because most likely half of these twin flames, these toxic ass twin flames are away from you. They are not near you. So you can't blame that on them. That a toxic relationship is when you allow this person to keep coming into your life when you know they have not changed. That is a toxic relationship. Twin flames don't have shit to do with a false twin relationship. A false twin relationship is people who had hopes that this person would be the one, but they're not. Okay? And at the end of the day, like I said, twin flame connection is 5D. It's not a 3D situation. You just meet in the 3D. You now know who the vessel of this person is, but y'all not together. This person is either out with somebody else or whatever. It's your mental what makes it toxic. It's your mental thoughts that make it toxic. It's your mental behavior towards your mental thoughts. It's your action behind your thoughts that is toxic. Okay? And the way you paint it to other people. But in reality, you're not with them. They're not with you. So it's not y'all. He's not with you. He's not cheating on you because you're not in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of it. Okay? He's with you in spirit. So there's no cheating going on. There's no cheating going on in either way, shape, or form. It is just the mind's perception of your 3D illusion that got you in this pain, and only you can break yourself free by breaking yourself out of that toxic ass illusion. Okay. Um. So illusion and delusion is two different things. You see what I'm saying? So people gotta learn, man. People gotta learn. But if you got teachers out there promoting multiple love, multiple partnership on 3D, it's toxic. Okay, it's only one. It's only one you can travel with multi dimensions with. There's only one. Everything else in between is just a lie. It's an illusion. Okay, so y'all got to be strong. Sometimes y'all don't know discipline. You don't know when somebody say no, it's just no. You see what I'm saying? Or when this shit ain't working out, it ain't working out. Like y'all don't know how to take rejection. And rejection is the world's biggest pain. Is rejection. So we got to shift this planet with the truth. We got to shift the planet with the truth. Now, some of this, this may, some of y'all may not like. Well, most of y'all may not like this shit, but but it will help y'all. You know what I'm saying? It will help y'all because it will set you free from toxic people, man. Okay, so go and pay attention to those red flags. And I did some channeling in between, so I jump around everywhere because I get multiple channelings that come to me, and whoever, because you got some watching the video now, watching the video later, they may need an answer, and the questions come to me, and I just answer it. I don't go by program. I just do it. I just say it, and that's just what it is. So some of y'all may not be. Some of y'all are like YouTube lovers. It's got to be said this way. Got to be done that way. I'm not gonna do it that way because that's not real channeling. A channeling just comes and it just happens. Um. So if I'm jumping around everywhere, I apologize. But that's just how I channel. I channel. That's just how when the message come to me, I say it and I deliver my messages just like they asked me to, and it'll get to because I gotta be able to jump around because it's so many different frequencies on this YouTube that may catch it now, and may catch it later, but they will get the answer that they need. If I sit there and just limit my content to just one being, I will never be able to reach others because not everybody's on the same time. Well, there's no such thing as time, but in the real reality, there's no such thing as time, but the existence of what it is. Time is created by the 3D, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. If you're really trying to shift to a 5D consciousness, you got to be strong. You got to know that you just completely lied to. You got to know that you just been bamboozled your whole fucking life. Even your own parents, and your friends and your children and you was programmed. It's a beautiful thing when you set yourself free. You see what I'm saying? When you set yourself free from these red flags, these worry, fears, hate, doubt, all that shit, red flags, you will start to think about peace and happiness and true love. Because love vibrates on a higher level, not a lower. lust. Okay, lust vibes on a lower level, and a lot of people out here lusting each other. You as an empath, you're not supposed to fall in love with everyone, like on a everyone is the one. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. You have to fall in love with you. You are the one. You see what I'm saying? And if somebody does not love themselves, they will always want to take from you your power because they know you got enough to give. You see what I'm saying? It is your job to teach them, and if they do not want to learn, you move forward. You see what I'm saying? Don't stick around and do all that silly shit you've been doing. Okay? Love yourself first at all times. Every day when you wake up, love yourself. I love me. And watch how many people come and try you. Watch how many people come and try to take you off that path. But it's only because they want to step on you just to get to a higher level because you're already up there. You're already up there. So if they just cheat their way to the top, okay? If they just cheat their way to the top, they feel like they can get past you. But they don't realize that it takes a lot of work because you got to know where you came from to not go back. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these people who step on you, they desire to go backwards because they have not learned. So they will always fall down. They will always descend because they have not learned correctly. They cheated their way to the top. You see what I'm saying? So when you cheat your way to the top and you don't actually do your work, you fall. You see what I'm saying? People who actually did the work and study and ascend and know and have strength now, have power, they don't look back. But a person who's cheated, they can't help it. They can't help but to look back. They can't help but to fall for desire. They can't help because they have not did they work for real. Okay? They have not did they work for real. So all right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Y'all stay tuned. Okay. Be strong. Um, love yourself. Okay. Love yourself, man. Just love yourself, man. Just do the work correctly. Don't touch that button. Give me. You know, do the work correctly. This is all here. Let me give my disclaimer. I'm just here for learning purposes so that you can learn. Okay. Take what resonates with you, leave what don't. You know, this message is not for everybody. It's just for those that need to hear it. Okay. Um, stay strong out there, right? Stay strong. We're gonna need it as we shift into a 5D consciousness. We need the truth because shifting to a 5D consciousness, 4D is where we're shifting. Like 4D is where we're shifting. Like we're coming out of the 4D into 4D is truth. 5D is awareness. Okay, we're coming from 4D into a more like 5D and up situation of truth. There's just gonna be a lot of people testifying, a lot of people repenting, a lot of people telling their stories about their life experiences, and so on and so forth. A lot of people waking up so that they can shift to 5D without no problem. Okay, this shift, this great awakening, is happening and has been happening for centuries, but we're coming to a more enlightened level, every day. Okay, some will get left behind. Like I said, some will get left behind, and they will be calling you. They want to talk to you about the same old shit, and you're over it. You're on a higher level, so you're like, I don't want to talk about that no more. I don't want to talk about that. It's because you're over it. You're over it. Okay. Listen. The truth is out here already. What I'm saying to you is nothing new, but this is just a reminder to people. The you know the truth is out here. Okay. So don't be fooled. It's been out here for centuries. Okay. And y'all just have to stop falling for false realities. You got to stop falling for dudes who don't really love you for you and they just want some pussy. You got to stop falling for bitches who really want your money and don't care about you as a person. You got to watch these fucking people. Leave them at their lower selves because they will run into themselves when there's a world of it's like almost the universe calling in the gods are calling in their empaths. They're like, hey, listen, come up out of that hell. You don't need to be there. Fuck them. They don't want to do their work, then leave them. Okay? That's what they doing. They cleaning house. Those who still participate in the bullshit will get left behind. They will die off because of the simple fact that they can't help but to keep feeding off of their own selves. Okay? They're not growing. So they're gonna feed off of themselves. So they don't believe in infinite consciousness. They believe in them. They believe in this illusion that they think is infinite. Anyways, I hope you're getting it. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for more of my videos. Like I said, take what resonate with you, leave what don't. Okay. I will be trying to, I will be coming back to channeling some of the frequencies because I do want to talk about um, how to find your soul, like how to find the one, the other half of you. Okay, the other half of you. I might do it today. It all depends. But I got a couple of readings to do. When I get off of here, I got a couple of clients I need to get them taken care of. But you know, it is what it is. Y'all stay strong, okay? Stay strong. Just get away from people that don't vibe on your level, okay? I don't mean get away from people if you smoke, they don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like consciously as well, you know, consciously as well as physical. Like, it's not fun, okay, when you're talking to somebody who doesn't grow. It's not it's not rewarding. Excuse me. It's not rewarding when somebody is not growing. When you start to see them suffer. You start to see them suffer, and you're like, wait a minute, you're really suffering. Like I'm trying to help you understand that you're suffering, and you just can't hear me saying that you're suffering. So look, be strong, y'all. All right, be strong, love yourself for real, y'all. All right. So each one teach one. Y'all go out there and share this video or take my information and flip it into your own, however, but just don't, don't mislead people. Give them the truth, okay? Because the truth is the only thing that will set someone free, not the lie. The lie keep you in limbo. The lie keep you in a repeated cycle. The truth is what will set you free. If your family member is hurting, let them know why they're hurting. If they don't want to change, then you keep it pushing. But don't be sticking around them every day, all day, doing the same old shit. All right? So, peace and blessings to y'all.